お待たせいたしました。続いてのタイトルは、ネオビートとなっております。カテゴリーを見ていただければわかるように、普通の RTA、スピードアとなっているようです。でも、音ゲーゾーンに組み込まれているのは、音ゲーみたいな要素があるリアクションだからのようですね。ネオンビートは、なんかスピード感と音ゲーのような気持ちよさが融合した2D アクションで、音楽とリンクしたトラックを抜けて、ステージのクリアを目指していくっていう、2D アクションのようでございます。音楽ゲームっていうよりかは、スーパーマリオブラザーズとか、そっちの方っぽいのかな、調べた感じは。こちらのタイトルも今、まだ解説の方の応募はありませんので、ご存知ですよという方がいらっしゃいましたら、解説応募していただけると嬉しいです。また、施設で話すとはちょっとなという方もいらっしゃるかと思いますが、そういう方もぜひ、チャット欄の方でコメントいただけると非常にありがたいです。私は、このゲームを遊んだことがないというか、2D アクションを全然遊んでいない。これ多分私、今回の1日目の時に司会進行した時も言ってた気がしますが、という感じですので、皆様のお力をいただけると非常に嬉しいです。よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。Steam で無料だったから遊んでみてるけど、普通にプラットフォーム。だから、あれですよね。あの、クリプト、クリプトネクロマンサーみたいなタイトルのゲームがあったと思いますけど、あれが音ゲーショーケースに組み込まれてると同じだと思うんですよね。そういうリズムゲームの要素を組んだアクションゲームは、リズムゲームコーナーに置かれがち。
Welcome back, everybody. I am Code Indigo here with Alice Rajasu and Soulmass, and we are going to be watching some Neon Beats because we're playing Neon Beats here at Speedrun Ragnarok 2024. This looks like an amazing game as we continue our rhythm block in support of Take This. So please get those donations in because we want to keep the music running. We can't stop the music, but we are going to start this one right now.
All right, thank you. I am Alice Rajasu. I'm going to be running some Neon Beats here. Soulmass, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Soulmass218. I am also a
画面が来ましたね。
really do well. Let's do this.
Thank you. Soulmass is much better at this game than I am, but I'm pretty good too.
No, you're very good.
All right, so we do use in-game timer for this, but I will give you a countdown for the big timer on the screen. So 3, 2, 1, go. So here's the tutorial level. You want to tell people about this game?
Yeah, this is Neon Beats. It is a student project game. It was developed by some French college students in the late 2010s. And over the course of a couple of years, they got it out. And it is available on Steam for free if you want to play tutorial and levels 1 through 3. And a DLC adds levels 4 through 8. And that's only like $1 or $2 on Steam. So this is a very affordable game, very worth playing. It is a precision platformer with rhythm elements, as I like to say. It's largely precision platforming. There is no coyote time. And much of it is on beat. So you see like these disappearing and reappearing platforms are on the cycle with the music. This tutorial is just kind of giving you the basics of the game. You can only move left or right or jump. There's only 3 inputs in this game. And it teaches you that you can do left or right, or you can actually jump off of various types of objects, which have different effects, or you can wall jump, which Alice is showing off right now, going up these steep corridors.
Yeah, 結構
everything is very cycle-based.
しっかりそれなりに難しそうな風に見えますが。
I think my tutorial was a little shaky, but doing well here.
You see Alice is bouncing off of these orange and yellow bumpers, or we sometimes call them bubbles. You're also going to encounter at some points some blue boxes with arrows on them, which are launcher boxes. Those will be coming up soon. You see them over there on the right. And there's also these ropes, which are the bane of anybody playing this game, whether you're casual or speedrunner.
We hate the ropes. We hate the ropes.
Swinging off of the ropes can be a little bit strange. The momentum can not always react the way you expect it to. So we just kind of play it by ear when we're jumping off the ropes. But we do use the ropes to preserve a lot of momentum and go through levels quite quickly in some points. Here we're just waiting for the cycle because it's safer.
Alright, here comes the worst level.
We always say that the DLC levels of the game are the hardest ones, but when you're a speedrunner, a lot of your attempts are probably going to reset on level 2. Here is just an extremely punishing level with multiple portions that have very long areas without checkpoints, and also the cycles on this level run on intervals that are
1週間で作れるんだ。
So
1
if
週
you miss
間
any cycles on this, it's a very large time
1
loss.
週間って。66日
I never do that. That's never happened before.
They said the thing. This is our introduction to not quite auto scroll segments, but they are auto scroll segments where we're being chased by spiky objects. That's going to happen in most of the levels going on here forth. At least once.
音楽に合わせて、ギミックが動いてるんで、
This is a large
自分も音楽に合わせて
bubbles that you bounce
操
off
作
of.
すると、
Give you
ちょうど噛み合って
height that you might
気持
expect.
ちがいいみたいな、
So you saw Alice didn't quite get a
そう
full
いう感じを
full of bubbles and fell
そういう
down
と
into
して
spikes.
作ってあるんだなってわかるんですけど、
Yeah. Bubbles and ropes.
Bubbles and ropes through spikes.
いやー、
Gotta love it.
結構
This is
難
Neon
しそう。
Beats, everybody. But it's worth playing because the music, fantastic. The music is only going to keep getting better with every stage. I promise you that.
Yeah, this game's so good. Like, and it's not a long game. It's not going to waste your time. So definitely well worth the free download. The $1 or $2 to buy the rest of the game, and maybe $1 or $2 more to buy the soundtrack if you want.
And even if I'm not sitting down to speedrun it, I like playing through it just casually sometimes, just because I love the music.
Yeah, and it's a game that can be frustrating, but in some ways it's kind of a relaxing game to play. Like, just it's very simple, It's challenging, but straightforward.
Which is a good descriptor for this level, straightforward. Level 3 is largely what I would call, again, a pseudo auto-scroller, where you're being propelled by these arrows, which shoot you along. And a lot of it is just moving forward. You don't really stop holding right at a lot of portions of this level, except for when you're forced to hold left or stop, which isn't very often. As you can see, Alice was holding right almost that whole time, straight into right when the elevator opened. Very well done, Alice.
Thank you.
You'll also notice that when we're in these elevator boxes, the in-game time is not moving. Again, we measure for the speedrun by in-game time, so when we're in the boxes, we just kind of like hop around and dance because there's really nothing else to do when you're in the elevator.
This is a punishing spot if you do mess up, because you have to start over that whole screen.
Yeah,
See a little bit of
anytime you see the screen zoom out and you're in a very large room, you can expect to be punished heavily if you mess up there. But as the finale of the base game, the original release, Level 3 is turning up the heat. Before we get to the DLC, where
今のところ
a
は
lot of new mechanics got introduced.
曲が巻き戻ってる
Into
ありやすかっ
level 4, and then build up again to the grand finale of level 8. With this climb here, deceptively difficult. Now it's going to do a nice double bounce off of there, and then launch into the finish. Very well done.
Alright, DLC time.
DLC
結構
time, level 4.
場所によって巻き戻ったり巻き戻らなかったりするみたいですけど、
Level 4 and after. Level 4 again is a lot like level 1. It's reintroducing
そのギミックに対してどのぐらい曲が
at a higher stage of difficulty.
ないとダメなの
It's
か
very
みたいな
cycle based.
感じ。
Like this room, you're gonna come to this casually. You're gonna have nightmare visions of it, but it's okay. Al's gonna do a real cool trick and drop down the right side here, straight onto the platform and into the elevator. Well done.
Yeah, that trick's a lot harder than it looks.
And now we're just schmoving. We've got the momentum from the arrow box, and we're just going. This is there are differing paths introduced here. It's upper path and lower paths. Largely, it's up to the runner which way they want to go. There is usually a faster path. In this case, that upper path is much faster. You're going to see a cool double rope here at the top. Very nice. Again, you can kind of preserve a lot of
いや
momentum.
ー、進めば進むほど、
Handle your inputs.
まあ、新しい要素が出てきて難しい。
And we're ramping up here to the finish while we're getting chased by more spikes.
Oh, I overshot the bubble.
Like I said, this is a precision platformer, so Alice is making it look much easier than it actually is, even with taking some deaths here or there. If you play this casually, you're going to be taking quite a lot of deaths.
迫る壁、
before you actually
嫌ですね。
where it expects you to jump.
Alright, so this is my favorite level. It's also the worst.
It's also the best.
And the worst.
Level 5 has got a very chill atmosphere, but it introduces gravity mechanics, so any fans of VVV, this is going to be your jam. So we have these arrows which reverse gravity, so we're going to be moving on the ceiling slot. Again, difference in paths. Alice choosing to go on the bottom here. Again, just preference. And this next room, kind of difficult depending on what strategy you take. Oh, going for the lemon drop.
I tried.
Got it too. You can drop directly into that yellow portal if you can weave left and right just correct, but it's very difficult to do. Still navigating through their second try very well.
I did it.
Yeah, we're taking an intentional death here. Sets up a favorable cycle manipulation for the rest of the level, so that we can jump immediately on that platform there, which normally wouldn't be there if you don't take that death. You'll be on the opposite
いや、
cycle.
この引きの画面になると、ロープが全然見えん。なんかあるのかなぐらいになってしまう。
Oh, perfect. First try. Very nice. We don't have to talk about why it's the worst room because you didn't show it off. Again, a lot of the paths in this level are going to be, the top paths are going to be the faster ones. So Alice choosing the top path, which warps down to the bottom. And we are almost done. We're about to see where, again, I'm manipulating the cycles. We're going to be able to move through this last room much quicker than normal. First, we got to get the swing. Very nice. And then that green platform usually isn't there. We have to wait for it. But since we cycle manipulated, it was moving toward us when we got to it. Very nicely done.
Yeah, it's a pretty good level 5.
Level 6 is actually my personal favorite. This is an absolutely jam of a track, and super satisfying when you're going through all the gravity and the portals and swinging it back and forth. It is awesome. This is a culmination of a lot of the cool movement in the game. We're now about halfway through level 6.
おはようございます。現在6時半くらい。ネオンビートがプレイされております。音ゲー的な音楽に合わせて遊ぶ 3D アクションなので、リズゲームゲームコーナーに配置されているみたいであります。
It's really easy, except when it's not.
特に合わせて遊ぶといいですよではありますけど、ガチガチの 3D アクション技術が求められている印象です。
not quite first try. Got it second try. Very nice. Normally, casually, you would want to jump off of the walls, go back and forth there, but dropping directly up, much faster.
Alright.
Weaving through there, didn't hit any spikes again. All excellently played. All of this stuff. High level play. This is not easy. I also was making this look easy. And we're going to do some flying through some portals. Such a great ending to that level. I love it.
Yeah, just kind of a leap of faith there at the end. Alright, this is serious time.
Yeah, level 7, this is serious time. These ropes, like Alice is showing off now, a little bit difficult to deal with. Getting enough momentum to get through that gap, also difficult. Timing this, difficult. Everything from here on forth is, again, if you're not perfectly on cycles and really reading your movements correctly, you're not going to have a good time. But we're on good cycles, so we can just keep moving right along the bottom here. Very nice. And then this room, we've got 2 ropes at the top, which we've gotten 1 good swing through. Very nice. Nice second swing. It is possible to do a double fling across both those ropes if you're very tightly timed before the spikes close on you, but it's not very easy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried it. It's really punishing if you don't get the double fling, so I just take the safe route.
I only really go for it if I'm, like, if I really needed to try and get world record in my runs.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's not part of my repertoire. It's not part of what I normally am going for. Minute 27 into the elevator. This is a really good level 7, really. We just got to finish it off now. This is kind of a preview of what's to come in our final level. I hope you're ready for lots of spikes and shooting spikes and moving spikes. And yeah, level 8 is nothing but spikes.
All right, here we go.
Are you ready, everybody? Let's do this. Good luck, Alice.
Thank you.
So again, this is the culmination of the entire game. Level 8 probably got the best music in the entire game. And everything here is extremely punishing. Especially the very beginning of this level. This first section, if you make any mistakes in it, the first checkpoint goes well into like about 30 seconds into the level. So even still here, if Alice takes a death on any of these jumps like that, you go all the way back to the beginning. So level 8, extremely punishing.
Controller?
Up, we're eating jump inputs.
All right, let's try this again here.
We're back at it.
It was just not jumping there for a minute. Okay, we got this now.
We're schmoving. That jump there, harder than it looks. You don't want to wait until right till the edge. You want to jump a little bit before the edge. This here is the hardest. Alice gets the first try. First try through this quicksand room, very good. That room is extremely difficult to get through. And next up is one of the rooms that was most difficult for me to learn as a runner was the ropes. These 4 rope swings before you get caught with those spikes, extremely hard. Alice doing it first try, of course. And now we're going to have some fun with portals. And spikes being shot out of portals.
Yeah. This spot is much harder than it looks.
Here is the only room that has a mechanic where each of those platforms actually kind of drags you down and makes you move slower. It's hard to tell on screen that's actually happening, but if you play the game, you'll notice it, and it's very strange to deal with. Very nice to jump through that room. And we're heading to the final parts of level 8, these final climbing sections. That is much harder than it looks. Well done. And now we're heading to the worst one. Making it look easy. Okay, there's a chance for the tiny platform to end it all. Yep, tiny platform.
いやー、
That tiny platform is where runs go to die. But we got it.
いや、思ってたよりずっと難しそうです。最初にタイトルが始まる前に思ってたよりめっちゃ難しそう。
Very well done.
Thank you. That's Neon Beats. Any percent with the DLC.
お、タイマーがストップしております。
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that beginning of
え、
level
ホット
8
ゲー
there
ム
was
GG。
giving me a little trouble there. I don't know what happened with my controller there for a second, but it straightened itself out. And, I think at least I was able to recover there after that.
Just Neon Beats things.
Yeah, this game's super fun. It's super fun and like easy to get into as a speed run. It's difficult to master, but it's like I think your first playthrough of this game, you'll die a lot, but it'll still like take under an hour. So it's like once you get into it, it just sort of begs you to speed run it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thanks so much for having me. I will be having another run later on in this event. I'll be running Cassette Beasts, so love if you check that out. I do stream occasionally on Alice Rajasu, but if you want to see this game, you should definitely give Soulmass a follow, because Soulmass is, as I said, much better at this game than I am. Going to be getting world records soon, I know it. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm working on it. So yeah, if you want to drop me a follow again, it's Soulmass218 on Twitch. And yeah, I'm currently going for world record in this game. We've got a little bit more time to save. It's extremely optimized, and I'll get there one of these days. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that's about it for this run. It's a pretty quick one. So yeah, I'll turn it back
Quick,
over to the
but
host.
fascinating. All right. Well, thank you so much, Alice and Soulmass218. Please give both of them a follow if you liked what you saw, and I'm sure you did. So again, thank you, Alice Rajasu. Thank you, Soulmass218. We are just getting started here with the music block, but we're going to take a little bit of a break and be back shortly with an interview for the Take This AFK Room program. Now, if you're not sure what the AFK Room is, this is actually a very fascinating thing. they run the rooms at various events, such as PAX, such as
はい
Games Done
ネ
various
オンビートでございました。
major events.
僕めっちゃ良かったですけど、2D アクションとしても、割としっかり難易度ありそうでしたので、気になる方は、PC、Steam と Apple Store かね、にあるのは確認できたので、チェックしてみてください。それでは次のタイトルの準備を移らせていただきます。しばらくお待ちください。
Here in the chat, but I think you also want to type in !donate because we have a lot of incentives still up for, well, being incentivized. We are so glad that we did get the Citus Alpha Hidden Song Showcase block set up. And we are well on our way to the Dijon Ketchup Sing-Along for Rock Band 3. We're at $19.44 out of 100 for that particular incentive. We're also hoping that we can get some extra Beatmania 2DX. So, make sure you donate to take this. Donate to everybody that needs it, but specifically here at Take This. And we will be back very shortly with that AFK interview. So, stick around.